Oh, okay.
It's a replica puppet.
Oh, okay, yeah. Show me some of the stuff you have here.
Absolutely. So here I got these little furry little fritters. And if anyone is familiar with Adam Krutinger online, they're kind of based on his little Snoop thing. And we help people create their own puppets here. I'm at the Las Vegas Family Puppet, or the LV Puppet Studio, home of the Las Vegas Family Puppet Theater Company. But I make custom puppets. You'll see some more over here. I do sack puppets and people puppets, and if you can make it a cartoon, I can make it into a puppet pretty much. And then we do monster workshops here too, where you can come in, you pick out a fur, and we sew it for you really quick, and then you basically make all the choices. It's kind of like Build-A-Bear meets Paint and Wine, but with puppets. You know, so we do something like that too. You can sign up for those online. And
So how'd you get started?
I was in theater and all that kind of stuff for years and stuff like that. And the Muppets, of course. Who doesn't love the Muppets? Who didn't love growing up with the Muppets? But I wound up creating my own major in college called Children's Edutainment. It's out of New York, SUNY Cortland, an independent major program. And then from there, creating this children's edutainment program, for someone who wants to be Jim Henson or, Mr. Rogers when they grow up. From there, I just started teaching theater for kids. I went on the road for 2 years and did poetry assemblies all over the country. So it was always some kind of form of edutainment, And then I moved to Vegas maybe about 15 years ago. Been teaching at rec centers and did big family shows and taught at different schools and theater and stuff like that. And finally, COVID is what just slowed me down. There weren't any after-school theater programs. Go figure. So I just taught myself to... I always had made props, made things for shows and theater, and I just decided COVID to learn how to sew, make my own puppets.
Where are you from?
From New York originally. From New York, went to school upstate, but Long Island, New York, Seaford area, Farmingdale after college. But now I'm here. Now I'm here in Vegas. Every day is like a vacation compared to New York weather, especially.
As long as you don't go hit those slot machines.
Not too hard. I hit them hardly ever. They're still ahead a little bit.
Well, show me some of the other puppets.
What else we got here? I got.
Yeah, show me. So, what's the most popular one?
Yeah, come on over here.
Yeah.
We got a sorting hat. I made this sorting hat. That's the thing from. Oh, I know. There's a glare. This guy up here is like a sorting hat from Harry Potter. This is a fancy elf we made. His name is Gimbal Ray Thimble. He's Santa's tailor. We also make cakes here. That's another design you can find for free online with Adam Krutinger. If you want to learn anything about puppets, you will learn it from him. Look up Puppet Nerd online. If you want to tag any of that stuff, I would really recommend it because he's really amazing. He's going through some really hard times right now, and he would really appreciate it. I'm sure anybody else that wants to see what he does. And the puppet makers everywhere owe him a lot because he's really amazing.
You have a website?
Yeah, our website is lvpuppets.com. Everything is LV Puppets. You want to contact us, lvpuppets@gmail. LV Puppets on Instagram, LV Puppets on TikTok. LV Puppets is everything.
Show me the little shop here.
So we do these things too. We can come to houses and we do puppet making parties where we have like all the things you might need, to add to your puppets, either sock puppets or furry fritter puppets. I always usually have some sharks for sale. That's another Adam Krutinger. That's what I first learned how to make puppets. I made a whole bunch of the Adam Krutinger style sharks, and I sold them during COVID just to pay my own rent. I sold them to family and friends.
You've been at this mall here all the time?
Right when COVID started, myself and a friend of mine, his daughter was in my theater classes, and he came up to me and he's like, "You want to start a puppet company?" And I'm like, "Of course I do." So we started out by doing this Western with these critters up here, all these guys. We had a Western called The Legend of Tumbleweed Gulch. Right there. So it was his idea. He purchased all the puppets and designed them. And so we did this Western comedy, this wild Western comedy spoof of like The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Right? We did that in town for a couple of years, and then he's like, let's set up shop somewhere so we can make it easy for people to make their own puppets. So that's where we are now. So he wanted to do the monsters, I wanted to do the little fritters, and then I have some other little designs like critters. I call this guy Critters. Reminds me a little more of the Critters from the old horror movie. It's kind of like that design. So same things. I usually add arms to it and stuff like that.
Show me how it works. Show me one of your favorites. Can you make it talk?
Oh, well, I can make a talk, I guess, but I'm not. This guy isn't a ventriloquist. That's right, I'm no ventriloquist. I just make the puppets that people ask me to make, or sometimes I just make them for fun, and that's to perform around town sometimes now at these different bars, and at First Friday there's an art festival, and the material we do is not for kids, which is a lot of fun. We do plenty of shows for kids, but sometimes we do shows that are just not for kids. But it's Vegas, so that's what sometimes we perform in between pole dancers and drag queens. That's just how it is, but it's a lot of fun. Puppets are not just for kids.
Which one are the adult puppets?
Oh, let's see. Miss Kitty here. She likes to come out and sing some raunchy vaudeville songs every now and then. I can't even say the title. She does some great things with that. We have a prop phallic piece, we'll say, and that we attach to puppets every now and then, and that gets, we'll say, whipped out during certain numbers, and that's pretty funny sometimes.
It seems like you love your job.
Oh, does it show? Does it show? I've committed a lot of my life to this, and a lot of my years. But yeah, those are some of my favorites. I would say that I've been making a Universal monster every year, starting with Dracula, Frankenstein, all those guys right behind you. Those are some of my favorites.
Back as a young man, did you ever think this is what I'm going to be doing, making puppets?
Well, I'm going to say yes, because it started off with a magician, I literally wanted to be a magician, to rock star, to actor. I went to all those creative things. I knew the puppets were coming somewhere, and I kid you not, it's on a recording somewhere, on a tape, in a box, in storage somewhere. I went to a psychic, right around high school, college, right around when that transition was. First thing she asked me was, do you do stuff with puppets? And what a random thing to ask. And then until 20 years later, she's like, I see puppets, I see a lot of puppets. And now I'm like, oh my God, it makes sense. What am I didn't pursue this. Someone else came up to me and said, do you want to start a puppet company? What are the chances?
You go back to New York?
I go back to New York maybe once a year, maybe twice if I'm really lucky. But most of my family lives there now. Just about all of my other family.
So I know what is the not to love about Vegas, but what do you love about Vegas?
Definitely the weather. I love the weather. I love 24 hours, a 24-hour city. It never sleeps. Very much like New York, of course. But that's what it is. It's the weather and the entertainment. It being the entertainment capital of the world is actually what drew me here.
And just the people that are out here, outside the strip, they're beautiful.
Yeah. No, there's Red Rock to do. There's so much more to do than just the one little strip. You know what I mean? It's I'll do that. I'll do hiking. I do all the pirate festivals in town. I do all kinds of fairs and parades, and so there's always something to do.
Do you wish there was more puppet shows like they used to have?
No, I don't want more competition.
No, but I mean like the ones on TV. Remember?
No, of course.
It was pretty popular.
And there are,
movies.
you know what? And people are, and you'll see really innovative stuff on YouTube. That's the thing. People are really doing it for themselves now and starting their own channels and YouTubes and all those and you'll see really great puppets on there. There's a wonderful company called Star Kid. Look up Star Kid. Star Kid, and they do some really great things with puppets and their musicals, and they have a brand new one coming out that's gonna have awesome puppets in it. So it's like people. It is. You got to find it a little bit more. And every now on Broadway, someone reinvents puppetry somehow. There was just the Life of Pi. Just got a show done. There's another one with the War Horse, with a great big horse.
But at one time we had like the puppet movie and then a bunch of shows on TV. Mm. What happened?
Oh yeah, they just get reinvented. So there's, what it is. A lot of more computer animation is coming out. So that's almost like the modern day puppets. But every now and then, someone goes back to basics and does something that is just really raw, and people just love it. It comes full circle. Well, that Pinocchio movie. There was Disney Pinocchio came out, and but then all of a sudden, what's his name? I'm gonna say it wrong. Benicio del Toro, his version was really a puppet, stop animation, claymation, all that stuff, and it was amazing. It was amazing. So I feel like this puppetry ain't going anywhere. It's an old art, and it ain't going anywhere.
You like the response of the people here in Las Vegas?
Yeah.
Or you get calls from all over the world?
Yeah, I've gotten some calls from California, Utah, and I've sent some stuff out to back to New York to family and stuff like that. So every now and then.
So if people from outside Nevada, how can they get a hold of you?
Same thing, lvpuppets@gmail.com. You just email me directly.
And you can walk them through.
Yep, and they'll send me ideas and pictures, or if there's other puppets that are in the style they kind of like, or if they want to look alike, they'd be sending me pictures of themselves or clothing they normally wear, and I usually go from there. I send them a quote based on how fancy of the clothing or how fancy of hair, or hair at all, and then.
So how long are you gonna be doing this?
How long am I gonna be?
Yeah,
What time is it?
No, I mean, you're gonna do it till you drop dead.
You know what? I tell people I already retired. I retired years ago. I'm not really retired, of course, not by the books or anything, but I live a retired lifestyle. This is what I be doing. It's fun. I blast my music and I do my sewing. What can I? There's so many worse things to be doing for money, especially in Vegas. So I love it. I guess I don't know. I'm John Tomasello. Email me at lvpuppets@gmail.com.
Spell your last name.
TOMASELLO. JOHN. John.
Thank you, John. Of course you have to pay.
Advertising, like I'll do public appearances and stuff, but we just broke 1,000 subscribers on TikTok, and that was